Hey, good morning, students. So, for today's PE lesson, I thought what we might do is sort of tap into a little bit of our learning and understanding from term two and moving into this term, rather than just doing an at-home workout, which there's plenty of workouts that we can do, and we'll continue doing those in sport if this lockdown happens to go any longer than midnight tonight, which was what was intended originally. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to ask you to get one thing, and then you have to actually create two games based on this idea. So I'm going to ask you to just try and find one scrap piece of paper, okay? And with this scrap piece of paper, just simply scrunch it up, crumple it up into a ball. Now, if you choose to use any other object to go with this, absolutely fine. You can go for your life. But this must be used. And what you need to do is you need to create two games for me. The first game that you're going to need to create is based off of what our topic this term is, which is our striking and net sports. So you have to find a way to use this object, and you could use it as the net, you can use it as the object that you're striking, you could use it as the object that goes over the net. It doesn't bother me. You need to think about how you're going to be creative with the use of this scrunched up piece of paper. And I want you to find a place around your house, and I want you to set up and create the rules of a game that has never been played before. So I don't want you just playing regular tennis or regular table tennis or regular foursquare or down ball or something, because this is very different to a ball. It's not going to bounce as well. It will bounce off a wall, but I want you to think about the elements of a striking and net game where there is something that needs to be taken over and back, an object in the middle that is set up, and I want you to create a striking and net game that must involve this, and I want you to get creative with it. The next game that I want you to create comes from the principles of term two, which is our invasion games, which is I'm an attacker and somebody else is a defender. Games like soccer, games like basketball, games like American football. I want you to think about how you can use this object to try and invade space and score in an area, while maybe somebody else who might be around your house, could be a parent guardian, could be a sibling. What they're going to do is they're going to try and defend, and you can be playing turn based, so one person gets a turn while the other person stands back and watches, and then it's their turn, like coin hockey is played on a table, for example. Or it could be very much like a game of basketball netball, where both players are actively playing at the same time, which is a game that might be a little bit more like air hockey, for example. But I want you to think about, again, being creative, something a little bit different, maybe something that hasn't been created or made up before, by adding a different rule in that we're not expecting, and it must, again, involve this crumpled up piece of paper. So, you've got two games that need to be created. What do you need to do with them? What I'd love for you to do with them is think about the game, trial a few things, see what's working, see what isn't working. It must involve the elements of striking a net. It must involve the elements of invasion games. I want you to write out the rules of the game, and remember, not just a game we've played before. Come up with something totally different to show your teacher your understanding of invasion games and striking and net games. And then, if you want to, you could even have a little bit of a film for 20 seconds of yourself playing the game, one or both, and send that through to your teacher. We'd really like to see how creative you're getting with this. So, big focus, striking a net for this term, invasion games from last term. You must involve this crumpled up piece of paper somehow. Get creative, write the rules, have a play of the game, have a trial, and maybe film it and send it to us. Good luck and enjoy.